Hi and welcome. My name is Ikemini Robert. In this video, I'll be talking about the Blogger.com platform, what is Blogger.com and how you can use it to what Blogger.com is and how you can use it to create your own website. Yes, Blogger.com is a content management system that you can use to create your website, and unlike a WordPress hosting system, you can host content on blogger.com for free. All right, that is why many people that's why some people, not as many people, actually want to use blogger.com. But what is blogger.com and how can you use it to create your own website? Now, before we just get going right here, some people confuse blogger.com with WordPress.com and WordPress.org. All right, there are differences between these three content management platforms. Now, I'll just start with blogger.com is a content management system owned by Google, and so you can have your content on it for free without having to pay for anything. So you can buy a domain name and connect it to blogger.com, all right, and you won't have any trouble with that. Now, it is also similar to WordPress.com, all right, where you can have your content hosted there for free. Now, the thing with blogger.com and wordpress.com is that if you're using a free domain, if you're using their free domain, they will attach blogger will attach the blogspot.com to the URL of your website, and wordpress.com will also attach .wordpress.com to the URL of your website. Now, notice that on this wordpress.com website, they're telling you that 43% of the web is built using WordPress. Now, don't get confused. WordPress.com is always different from WordPress.org. Now, blogger.com will attach something to your name, to your website name. WordPress will attach something to your website name. The only place that you can host a website, though it is not free, but that you won't have anything attached to your website name, is wordpress.org. Okay, it is wordpress.org. All right, so WordPress.org right here is different from the other two we just mentioned, because with this you host your content, you have full ownership to all the content that you create with the software that you download or install from WordPress.org. All right, so this is why we recommend that you get a managed WordPress hosting system, or you buy hosting and install WordPress. But with these WordPress.com and blogger.com, they attach something to your URL, and secondly, you don't have full ownership rights to the content that you put here. So blogger.com or wordpress.com can wake up any day and just decide that your content is violating one of their policies, and they just delete your content out of it, and you won't do anything about it. That is why we recommend that if you are serious about your business, or there is some money involved in what you're going to do, that you should go ahead and pay for a WordPress hosting. There are some cheap WordPress hostings out there that you can take advantage of. Okay, so just do that and make use of that for your business. Serious businesses look out for self-hosted WordPress websites instead of something on wordpress.com. Okay, so that is that about these three platforms. You will learn more about them as we go. So let's just quickly return to blogger.com and learn what it's all about. So when you head to blogger.com, all right, right there, it will take you to this beautiful homepage that we are looking at. So once you land on the Blogger homepage, what you want to do is that you want to create your first blog or website. If you are not already logged in, it will ask you to log in. Note that you will need a Gmail account to work with blogger.com. If you're using an Android device, you already have an email account in that Android device that will be linked to your Blogger platform. So you just go ahead and click on the create a blog button right there. Once you hit that create a blog button, it will ask you to sign in if you're not already signed into the Blogger platform. And once you get here, what you want to do is that you want to sign in with your Blogger email, with your Gmail, with your Google account. Remember I said Blogger is owned by Google, and as you know, anything owned by Google, they're going to link it to Gmail. Until you enter your email there and sign in. Once you sign in, you should be taken to an interface where you can set up your Blogger website. So but if not, you should have a create button, a create blog button that you can use in creating your Blogger website. So I'll just go ahead and click on that create blog button. And once you do that, it's going to ask you to enter a title for your blog. Now this is the name of the website that you are creating. So what is the name of the website that you want to create? I'll just go ahead and do Digital Biz Web. Some people do something like just anything, just don't make it too long. But I'll just stick with this for now, and then I'll click on the next button. It will take me here. So what you want to do is that you want to enter the address of the website that you want to create. I'll just go for Digital Biz Web. Now notice that under that it's telling me that the blog address is available. Now this means that I can go ahead and use that blog address. But if I decide to use something that has already been used before, it's going to tell me that this is not available. So I'll just go ahead and get back to my website. Look at this .blogspot.com. Now this is the URL that your website will carry, .blogspot.com, but this is not what you want. You always want a .com, a .org, a .net. Now with blogger.com, you can always buy a .com domain name and connect it to your website such that you won't have to have this, and then I'll show you how to do that in a bit. But for now, let us just continue. The next thing you want to do is that you want to click on the save button, and then this will save your name, and then create a new Blogger website for you. So while it's processing, I'll just have to wait. Alright, so it's telling us here that the blog has been created, and now we have a new blog called Digital Biz Web on Blogger. So let me just go ahead and visit that website and see what it looks like. So I'll just click on the view blog button. Yes, and here we are. We have a new blog. A new blog is actually empty. There is nothing here. There is a powered by Blogger link at the bottom. And now look at the URL that you have for your home page. Whatever you do on Blogger for free, it's always going to carry this .blogspot.com. So you cannot have something like or google.com or your business name.com. So if you're using Blogger, remember that it's always going to come with your business name.blogspot.com, and that is a very long URL already. But there is a way to have your custom domain linked to Blogger such that you do not have to have that you have something like that, your custom domain, and then you connect it to Blogger. We'll learn how to do that for the end of the video. So let me just go over the things that you will find on blogger.com. Now, the first item here is the post session. So it is the post session. So this is where you can manage the posts that you have on Blogger, and this is where you can actually create a post for your Blogger website. And the post that you create, all of them will show up here. So the first thing we want to do, we just want to go ahead and create a post and see what that looks like. Right, so we will just go ahead and create a new post right here by using the new post button at the top there. So if I click on that, it's going to give me the space to create a new post. So this is what you have, and with this you can create your post. At the top here is where you can, let me just go for something a little bit more practical. Right, so you can enter your article there, the article title there, and just down under it is where you can create a post. Right, so that is that. I'm done with that. So that is how you can create a post on Blogger. Easy peasy. It's actually very simple, and you can, these are the items that you can use to format your Blogger website. So you can view your post in HTML, or you could use a compose mode to view your HTML. Font type, what do you want, font size, and the rest of the stuff. And then you can decide to have a paragraph or a heading. Let me just show you what you can do. So the first thing, let's say okay, so, and then we want to make this a heading, so I can just go ahead, make that a heading. And then if we have to create a subheading under that, I can always go ahead and do this and put in a subheading under this. Now notice that Blogger doesn't show you whether you are using a H2 or a H3 or a H4, but on WordPress you will be seeing whatever you are doing, whether it's a H2 or a H4, and you won't need to go to the HTML view to see whether you're using a H2 or a H3, and even the HTML is just scattered all around the place. So this is one of the reasons why we never recommend that people use Blogger for serious business. But then it's not always a completely bad idea if you don't want to pay for hosting, but there's just too many limitations on Blogger. So you can go ahead and you can always bold text that you want to bold. You can always use this to italize, underline, strike through. Say you want to do something like that, you can always do that, and that is that. So what else? Then there is a text color. You could change text color. there's the background text, background color, and then this is what you could use in linking to other websites inside your website or outside. So if I do this, let's say I want to link to the blogger.com website, I can do this. Let me just back that up. Once I highlight the text that I want to use for the link, I click on this link button, and then it shows me the display text there, and then I'll go and do something like and then that is the link. Do I want it to open in another window, meaning that once someone clicks on it, it will open another window for it? Or maybe I just want to add a no follow attribute. Maybe I don't want search engines to follow that link. I can always use and check this, and then I will apply, and that is that. The next thing that you can do is that you can add an image, you can add a video, you can add special characters, and then the rest of the formatting options right there. Bulleted lists, numbered list, quotes. Okay, so let's just say we decided to do something like that. And then what else do I want to do here? Let's say a quote. Grammarly, so intelligent. All right, so that is that. I can just go ahead and highlight this and click on this, and then make it a numbered list. Okay, that's how you make a list. If you don't want it to be a numbered list, whatever type of list you want to do, you can always use that. And then say I want to have a quote, I want to make this a quote, I can always do that. Click on that, left, right, layout, input tools, that's for the language and all of that, clear formatting, and that is that with the posting. Can I preview my post and see what it looks like? Yes, I can, but before then you can add labels to your blog post. Now, what is a label? A label is something similar to a category on WordPress. It's just that once you assign labels to you can collect certain types of blog post into one label. That is that. So this could be under website setup. All right, say I have a big website and I want to categorize certain content and file them into one category, so I can always do that with the labels. And then I can edit the publish time. Should it publish now, or should I schedule it? And then the permalink is where you choose the link for the page that you are actually working on. Now, this is what you have with Blogger. You have the .blogspot.com, and then you have the date and the month. You have the year and the month, which is, makes your URL too long, and before you finally have the post title and then a HTML added to it. Now, compare to what you have on WordPress. It's just your website name and then the slug that you want to add to your WordPress, to your post. All right, so it doesn't clutter it with all kinds of information all over the place. So this is one of the things, but you can also customize this permalink by using the custom permalink option, and then you can say something like, which actually makes that URL shorter. All right, I think I should use Blogger website, or you could do something like that. Start website on Blogger, or you can say something like start website Blogger. So that is a shorter URL, and it's actually better. You can pick a location, and then you have other options. Do you want to allow comments or you don't? That is that. So I'll just go ahead and preview this post. You can decide to save the post or just preview post. I'll go ahead and preview this post and see what it looks like right now. I'm not sure why that is happening. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and publish the post. So our first post is published, and I'll just go ahead here and open it and see what it looks like. So this is what this is how it looks like. There is the heading, there is a subheading, there is a list, and there is a quote, and then there is a link. If I click on this, it's going to open in another tab. All right, so that is what happens because of all the settings that we did inside blogger.com, and this will help you share the article if you want to share. Just hovering over this, you can share the article from there. You can revert it to draft, you can apply labels to it, then you can delete the post right there. You can view the post, and that is the author of the post, and this is shows you the number of visitors you've had to the post, and this shows you the number of comments that you have on the post. And yes, anybody can drop a comment right there just under the article. All right, so the next thing that you have on the left hand side of your Blogger dashboard is the stats. This is where you come to see the number of people that have visited your website and all of that. Now, one thing you can do apart from using these stats to check your website is that you can sign up for Google Analytics and then bring the code into your Blogger website. If you want to learn how to do that, please drop a link in the description, and if you, especially for those watching on YouTube, and I will make a video showing you how to link your Blogger website to Google Analytics so that you can start collecting information on the visitors that are actually coming to your website, those using your website, the location, and all of that. So this gives you a summary of what you have on your website: number of followers, posts, and the comments. So how many people all time, how many people visited your website today, how many people visited yesterday, how many for the month and for the previous month, the last 7 days. And then you can get more information about the visitors on your website right here. Okay, so if you go to more about this blog, then you can get more information. Yeah, views, referrers, that is where did your web visitors come from actually, and what are the URLs that they were on before they actually clicked on something or actually moved to your own website. What kind of browsers are they using, what kind of operating systems are they using? So this is just showing you, and then what's the location, where are they coming from? So this is just giving you what you need to know about your website. So I'll just go back to the dashboard here. The next thing that you have there is the comment section. This is where you can manage comments on your Blogger website. So I'll just go ahead and visit the website in an incognito tab, and let's just see what that looks like. So I'll just go ahead and open that post that we made. And then it's asking me to sign in with Google before I can drop a comment. This is the other issue with Blogger. I mean, people can just come, enter their name, enter their email address, and whatever other information they want to enter, and then drop a comment on your website. But with blogger.com, they have to sign in with google.com before they can drop a comment on your website, which makes things just too complicated. Now But if I do this, let me just show you something on a self-hosted WordPress. And you know, Digital Web is on a self-hosted WordPress. So once I log into this website, not login, once I open the website, and then I open one of the links, right? Now, this is what you have on WordPress. Wherever you are from, you just put your name, put in your email, enter a comment, and then you post the comment. And that is that. There is no long thing here that is going to make your users find it difficult to drop a comment. So how about people who don't use Gmail as much, people on iPhones who don't live on die on Gmail and all of that? So it's going to be difficult, all right? And how about people who just they use the Gmails, but it's just difficult for them to be signing up here and there and on all the platforms? So this is one of the difficulties, one of the issues with blogger.com. So let's go ahead, publish that comment and see what it looks like. So it's telling us that the comment was published. So that is what it looks like when there is a no comment on the website. So I'll just refresh this and see what our comment section looks like. So this is what happens when someone drops a comment on your Blogger website. You can actually remove the content. You could mark it as spam. You can delete it completely. Okay. So the next thing that you have there would be the earnings tab. This is the earnings tab. This is where you can connect your AdSense account to your Blogger platform, and that's how you could make money. But you can always use your AdSense account on any platform, all right? So don't get hooked up into it and you're like, I can make money from Blogger and all of that. Whatever you can do here, WordPress can do it a whole lot, like 10 times better, which is why we recommend. But if you can't use WordPress, maybe you should just settle for blogger.com, but it is not worth it in the long run. And then we move to pages, right? This is where you have pages on your website, like the contact me, the about me page, and all of that. So once you hit the pages button, in order for you to create a page, you need to come to the new page option there and click on it, and you can make this the contact us page. All right, contact me page. You know, whatever email you use. So that is that, and then you come to the options area and then you make changes to that. Now there is an option to add a description to every page that you create on WordPress, to every post and to every page that you create, but then I will have to show you how to do that when we get to settings. So I'll just go ahead, preview this page. So that we can see what it looks like. And just like on a WordPress post, you can always add an image to your Blogger website. So I'll just click on that and upload an image from my computer. So I'll click on choose a file, and then I'll just I'll use this image. I think I've used it too many times, but I'll just use it again. And then I'll click on select, and that is my image on the page. Let me just go ahead and preview this page, see what it looks like. And that is that you've simply added an image to your Blogger page, and so there you have it. So the next thing that you can do is that you can publish the post, the blog page, and click on confirm, and there you go. So next thing you need to look out, we have to talk about is the layouts. Now the layout is like a shortcut to the changes you can make, like a shortcut that helps you make changes to your website without actually opening up the theme of the website. So, and let me just go ahead and close this. All right, so I've closed that, and we have this here. This depends a lot on the kind of theme that you use on your WordPress website. Okay, so this is where you can make a few changes, use widgets and sidebars, and it depends a lot on your WordPress website. So I'll just have us pick a theme and set it up before we come back here to see how we can use the layouts tab. So let us go to themes, which is where you can actually design your WordPress, your Blogger website, and give it whatever customizations that you want to give it. But make no mistake, it's not as flexible and as easy as Word. All right, so once the theme tab opens, this is what you have. You have the customize option. I rarely use that, and it's giving me a snapshot of what my theme is going to look like, or what it looks like. So let me just go ahead and view this website once more. All right, so this is what the website looks like. If I click on there, I'll just see a little bit of that. Right, so let's just go back and make changes to the theme. Now this is where you can install a new theme on your Blogger website. Now with the backup, you can always back up your theme before you install a new theme, and it's recommended that you back up your Blogger website before you install a new theme. And with the restore is where you can restore an already backed up theme file. But with this restore option, you can also use it to install a new theme into your website. The edit HTML helps you edit the HTML of your Blogger website. It gets you into the back end, into the code of your website, where you can make changes to the code on your website. And like I said, before you make any changes to your theme, please back up your theme just in case something goes wrong. So how do we add a new theme, change the theme of this Blogger website? There is a place that is called Goyabi templates. I don't know if I have pronounced that correctly, but that's the name. That's a place that you want to go to for Blogger themes, all kinds of Blogger themes. Okay, you can get it from Goyabi template. So you just come here, there are a lot of themes. What do you want to do? This looks like kind of magazine, kind of something. We don't want a magazine. This is like more like a news site or something, or music, don't know. This is more like a business website or something. And yeah, this looks more like a blog. So I'll just go ahead and pick this Be Fresh. I'll click on it, and I'll remove the vignette ad. So this is a place where you can come get free beautiful themes, but so you can live preview the theme. If I scroll down here, I can use the live preview. I can buy the theme, which when I buy is going to remove the link at the bottom, at the footer of the page, at the footer of the theme, and then I can download this theme. Now, why do you need to buy? There are more customization options when you buy a theme, and you also have the option of asking the developer to help you out if you have an issue. And then secondly, when you buy a theme, you don't have the link to the creators of the theme at the bottom of your page. All right, so you don't have the created by so and so at the bottom of your page. So those are the two benefits of getting a link, of buying a theme instead of using the free version. But for this video, but for now, we just want to use the free version of this theme. So I'll just, before I do that, I'll just use the live preview button to see what the theme actually looks like in actual use in real life. To see what the theme actually looks like in real life. So I'll just go ahead and close that. And yes, this is what the theme looks like. This is what you get when you install this theme. It actually looks lively. The articles are going well. You have at the top here, you have a slider, which is cool. It helps you display posts that you want to feature. At the top here, there is a search bar, and there is your menu. It actually has two menus. There are links to social media profiles, and then this is your what do you call it, your blog logo or website name or whatever you want to put at the top here. So a space for an advertisement, and these are your posts. The social media links at the right here. You have your popular post displayed right there. You have random posts displayed right there, and then posts in the middle right there. So there are a lot of things you can do with the sidebar. It's actually a sticky sidebar, which is clean. So once someone scrolls down to the bottom, it just sticks right there, instead of leaving an empty space, instead of leaving space at the right. Let me just show you something. If I decide to scroll to the top, it waits here at the top for other content on the left hand side here to keep going. So it doesn't want to leave a space right there. So this is leave space right there. So this is what you get with this theme. There's the pagination, which I kind of like. The editor speak, you can actually display that, and then this is where you can link to your Instagram profile and put a few images that you have from your Instagram. This is the bottom menu at the bottom right there, and this is what I was talking about. So if you do not buy this theme, you will always have something like this created by so and so with a link, which is not too bad if you're using a free theme. So I'm okay with what this theme looks like. So I'll just go ahead, download this theme, and put it on my blog. Put it on my Blogger website. All right. I like to put things where I can find them. So I'll just get them to this Digital Biz web. So it's going to download a zip file, and then I'll save that, wait for it to download. Now, like I said, there are two ways to install a theme on Blogger. You could use this restore button right here. If I click on restore, it's going to take me, it's going to ask me to upload the theme that I want to upload. Take notes that what you want to upload should be your theme name .xml. You can only upload XML files to this Blogger setting. So what I want to do is that I want to open the folder where that zip file has been downloaded. into. So this is the zip file, right? So I'll go ahead and right click on that, extract the files to bfresh version 1.0. So it has extracted the files in that zip file to this folder. So I'll go ahead and double click to open it, and then I'll look for the .xml file. Here you are. So this is the file. It's actually 362 kilobytes. This is the file that you want to upload to your Blogger website. So I can do this. I can restore, and then I can upload. So once that happens, I come to this and I double click, open it, click on that theme, and then I click on the open, and then it will upload the theme. And that is version 1. But I don't like using this to upload themes to my website. Let me just click on it and open it and show you what it looks like. It's restoring the theme. Please note, always back up your theme before you do this. Back up your theme before you put in a no theme to that. I think that has been set up. So let me reload my website and see what it looks like. Okay. It actually looks way better than what we had before. So which just means that some of the items we have here, we have to set them up manually because we don't have all of them in here. So this is why once you have a theme, there is the documentation, the web and the video documentation. These are the things that you want to look out for, that you want to check. So sometimes when you upload a theme like that, it actually either leaves out some features or keeps some of the widgets that you wouldn't want to keep. For example, there are some widgets to the right here that has been carried over from the previous theme that we used to have. So this is my recommended method of getting a theme installed in your Blogger website. So this is what you want to do. You want to do this. Click on this drop down here, and then you go to edit HTML. Now when you get to this page, this is the code for your Blogger website. This is the code, everything right here. You can make changes to this code however you want it to be. Now but once you get here, you go into your the Blogger file that you just downloaded. You go into that file and then right click on it, and then you open it with Notepad. The XML file just got out of the zip file we extracted. So once it opens in this Notepad, you want to Control A or whatever it is on your laptop or your Mac, or Command A, and then you copy all of that, and then you go back to your Blogger website, select all of this, and then you remove it. Now this is clean, there is nothing there, all the code is gone, and then you paste the new code that you have. Once you paste that, you click on the save button right there. Yes, once you click on the save icon, it will save you and tell you that it has saved changes successfully. And now looking at this, see this powered by Blogger, and this, let's just see if we are going to have that there still. No, we don't have that because it has been completely overwritten by the new theme. So there are no carried over sidebars, there are no carried over widgets and all of that. So this is what you have. But for you to have something that looks exactly like the theme that you downloaded, you have to follow the customizations, okay, and then set it up properly as you would set it up for yourself. But for you to have it looking exactly like what you have here, okay, you have to use the customizations, the theme customizations. If you go to live preview, you're going to see this theme looking like this. So in order to have all of this, all right, well set up, you're going to have to go to the web documentation or the video documentation to see how you can make use of the features that come with the theme to make it look exactly like what you have right there. So this is that actually showing you where to add links, social media links, slider. This is what you do to have the slider at the top and all of that, and this is not what we're going to be covering in this video. So let's just continue with what we have right here. So once you've done that, the next thing that you have is the settings tab. Well, it's kind of cool to have a new website looking like this, but it's kind of cool to have your website looking like this quite better. Okay. So we go to the settings tab. In the settings tab, you have your title. Okay, you can click on that to make changes to your title. And then you have your description. Let me just go ahead and add a description. It's actually too short, but I'm just going to leave it there. Okay. And that is that. We've added the description. And then remember I told you that we will make changes to the settings that will help us add descriptions in posts and pages. So this is just one of the things that you need to do. You need to add a description inside settings, and then I think there is one other change that we need to make to make it so that when we make a post, we can actually add a description to the post that can be picked up by search engines. So this is where you can make changes and set things up. Would you allow blog adult content? If you do this, if you say yes, it's going to allow, but it's going to show warning to website visitors, so they know that you are actually using adult content on your website. I don't know why anyone would ever think of using adult content on their website. So this is a Google Analytics measurement ID. You just take your analytics ID from Google Analytics, put it here, save it, and then Blogger will start measuring, will start registering and actually collecting data on the visitors that come to your website. So this is where you can make changes. This is where you can add a favicon. You can upload a favicon. I'll just go ahead right here and choose a file. Like we said, favicon. This is like a favicon. This little logo at the top right here. So you don't want your website carrying the Blogger logo all the way, so you can give it its own favicon right here. Remember, it has to be a square. Okay, it has to be a square. So I think we have something that is actually a square right there. So I'll just select it and open it up right there, and then I am going to save. I have saved that. Let me just go ahead and reload this. Now the thing with using favicons with Blogger is that sometimes it takes a while for it to show up on Blogger. So this is what you want to know about using favicons on Blogger. Sometimes it takes a while for it to show up. So we have a favicon right there, and that is that. So I'll just go back to this dashboard so we continue. Allow search engines to find your blog. So you can choose whether to allow search engines to crawl your blog or not to allow them to crawl your blog. Like we always say, don't you should block out search engines from You should block out search engines from your website while it is under construction. You don't want under construction. You don't want Google crawling a website that is under construction, a website that is not useful to your users. So you want to block that out until you're done setting up your website, adding content to it. Then you can allow this, and then after that you continue adding more content to it. This is your blog address. You can go ahead, change that, and this is where you can add a custom domain to your website. So how do you add a custom domain to your website? I'll show you how to do that in a bit, but for now let's just continue with the other settings. Once I'm done with the settings, then we will learn how to add a custom domain to your Blogger website. A custom domain is what you have with like digitalbizweb.com, digitalbizweb.org, digitalbizweb.net.edu.co, whatever it is. So in a moment I'll just show you how to do that, but for now let's continue. HTTPS is an SSL certificate is on this website, it is allowed on this website, powered by Google. So this is where you go to make changes to the permissions. You can add a new author or admin to your website using this option. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that for now. So this is where you can invite an author. This is where you can invite someone using their email. If that exists, I don't know what that is. I don't think that email exists, but that is what you can use in adding a new author to your website and in inviting authors to your website. Reader access, is it available to the public or only to authors or to custom readers? So you can choose that. I like my blog to be available to the public. So maximum number of posts on the first page. For the most part, what you do with this in this settings area is just reading what it's all about and just making changes accordingly. So how many posts do you want on the first page? All right, before it actually starts giving people the option of navigating to the second page. So say we leave it at 7. So 7 articles are going to show up here, and once that is done, it will start paginating and giving people the option of going to the page 2, page 3, and the rest of the things. So you're hardly going to use these things, so I'll just leave them there. Comment session, comments location, embedded, who can comment, users with. All right, so if I go ahead and change this to anonymous, it's going to allow just anybody to comment on the website. So I'll just do that, and I'll just save, and I'll just come back to this incognito tab, and then I'll visit this website once more and see if it allows me to drop a comment as even when I'm not yet registered on this website. All right, so this is cool. Okay, so this means that anybody can drop a comment on your website without having to be logged in. So I stand to be corrected. I think I'm correcting myself. Yeah, so initially I said that you need to be registered before you can drop a comment, but this is just good. I haven't used Blogger. I stopped using Blogger some while back, so I now remember that you can actually add an option that allows anonymous people that haven't registered on your website to actually register. So with this, I can add a comment to this website without being logged in with a Google account. And I can use this drop down to add my name and maybe my URL. I think I'll just go with my name only for now. And then I can drop a comment. So that looks good. I can just go ahead and publish that comment. So, and that's more like a network issue. So your comment should get published. And that is that for the comments. I'll just go ahead and log out of this. Return. So this is where you can moderate comments. Do you want to moderate comments? I always want to moderate comments such that comments don't land directly on your website. Remember, you are responsible for the comments that are posted on your website. So if someone posts offensive content or adult content on in your comments area, you, the website owner, will be responsible for that. Google will hold you, and any other search engines will hold you for whatever they find on your website. So you want to put comments in moderation. Sometimes means that the platform will choose which comments to allow directly, or the ones that they should put in waiting, so that you can moderate and actually approve it before it shows up on the website. So I'll just go with sometimes or always, and then I will save. And there's a lot that you can do right there if you can spend more time to look at it. So where do you want to receive email notifications when someone drops a comment on your WordPress website? So this is what you do, and then you enter your email right there, and then you save it. And then whenever someone drops a comment, Google will send you an email, and then you can go to your website and moderate that comment form message. You can just tell someone, okay, something like that, but I don't want to do that, so I'll just leave it there. And there's a lot that you can do right here in the email notifications area. So I'll just go ahead and continue. This is where you set your time zone. Click on that. Choose a time zone for your website, and then save it. I'll just go for something like I'm looking for London. So if I can find it, Dublin, Tunis, Lisbon. I don't think I can find it, so I'm going to use one of this, or I'll just go for Dublin, still GMT +1, and I'll just do that. Date. So how do you want your date to be displayed? Wednesday, blah blah blah. I just like that, so I'll just pick that and leave that there. Content timestamp. When was this content published? Oh, you can decide to pick that. You can decide to pick that, or you can decide to just use the date only. All right, you can decide to go with the date only, and that's that. So do you want to enable search descriptions on your website? This is what I was talking about. This is where you can come to enable search descriptions on your, this is where you can come to enable search descriptions on your website. And I'll just go ahead and enable that such that whenever I'm adding an article, I can add a description to my website. Okay, let me just back that up a little bit. Now once you do this, this will become active, and then you click on that, and then you add so you want your description to be more than that, but for now that will do. And then custom redirects to 404 pages. Do you have custom redirects that you want to do? Then you can set that up. You can set up custom 404 pages for your website, and you can also set up custom redirects. All right, so say you want to redirect let me just do something. I want to redirect this article to another article or another page. Let me just do something. Let me just copyright from this. Okay, I'll just go back and add a redirect from this to let me say another article on the website. Let me just look for, do we have another article on this website? No, we don't. But let me just redirect it to somewhere else. Let me show you how that works. I'll just redirect it to and then I'll just save that. Okay, I'll just save that, and I will just go ahead and save that, and that is that. So whenever I try to visit this URL, it's going to redirect me to the contact us page. Since we do not have a contact us page, it's giving me a 404. So that's how to do simple redirect on blogger.com. Let me just go ahead, delete that. And please remember to make it a permanent redirect, not a temporary redirect. When you're adding permanent redirect, you want to activate that just to make sure that it's a permanent redirection. So that is that for the redirect. I'll just go ahead and move to something else. You want to add custom robots.txt, okay? And this helps search engines know how to interact with your website, the pages they should crawl, and the pathways they should crawl, and the pathways that they should leave out completely when crawling and indexing your website. So once you do this, it's going to give you an area to add in a custom robot.txt code. And these are the type of things that need to be done when you are doing SEO for your Blogger website. This is where you can go to connect your Blogger website to the search engine console. These are what you do while setting up SEO for your website. And the ads.txt is needed when you're displaying ads on your website for money. Okay, so this is what you use to install ads.txt. So if you go to a display ads company, they're going to give you an ads.txt for you to install on your website. This is where you put the code when you start monetizing your content. So if you have another content from another blogger website, you can use this button to import it, and then you can use this to back it up. And then you can use this one under to back up the contents that you have already written on your Blogger website. Now, if this were to be a WordPress website, you would have just backup happens automatically, and Blogger actually backs up your entire website, not just the website content. But with Blogger, you have to do your backups manually. There is no way of setting up auto backups on your Blogger website, which makes it also difficult to manage, and this is not what you want as a business owner. You want things happening on autopilot while you concentrate on content creation and running your business. You can manage videos from your blog media, and then you can delete this blog. If you want to delete this blog completely, this is where you go to delete the blog. I could go ahead and push this button, but then this tutorial would be over, so I'll just cancel. Do you want your feeds to be full or until dump breaks? Now, there are times that feeds are being sent to people's emails or some other platform they're using, receiving feeds from your website. If you do this, it's going to send a short version of the feed to wherever you include a jump break. Now, this is like so difficult. Like, you're not supposed to be doing this, because having to insert a jump break in all your articles is just a difficult thing to do. You can make it short, you can make it, customize it to be as short as you want or as long as you want, but I'll just leave it at full for now. So sometimes you don't want it sending your entire blog post in a feed, so you can decide to make it send a short version of the blog post in the feed, blog feed and all of that. All right, so post feed redirect, we're not going to touch all of that. Title and enclosures link. So, and that is that about the settings for the Blogger website. So you can use a draft version of the Blogger page, but of the Blogger setup, but we don't want to use that. Reading list, this is where you go to look for new information about the Blogger platform that you're using. Now, this is the other thing with Blogger. It has been created and they have left it there. I don't know the last time they made an update to this Blogger platform. Look at the post they made 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Blogger doesn't pay too much attention to this. I think Google, I should say, doesn't pay too much attention to the Blogger platform, and this is why it's just not such a good idea, because Google can wake up tomorrow and decide that they want to take down Blogger. They can no longer support the Blogger platform, just like they've done with lots of VIA safe services. All right, so something like the Google Plus you're seeing right here, Google woke up one day and just decided Google Plus will no longer exist, and everybody that was using Google Plus, they lost all their followers and the accounts were gone just like that. So these are some of the risks with using the free Blogger platform. So we are done with that. So just before we go, right, so I'll be showing you how to add a custom domain to your Blogger website. What you want to do is that you want to go to settings, and then when you go to settings, you want to look for where it says publishing, under publishing, where you have custom domain. Okay, I have custom domain, and then you click on that. Now, before you do this, you would have bought, excuse me, it should be that you have already purchased a custom domain for your Blogger website from a domain name registrar. It could be namecheap.com, could be GoDaddy, or any of the local registrars that you have in your country. So I already have a domain name for this website. So what you want to do is that you want to enter that domain name. Okay, so that is the domain name that I published for this website. .art is not recommended for your blog. I'm just using this for a test to show us how you can add a domain name, connect a custom domain name to your Blogger website. So this is that and this is this. So that I've added that. Once you enter that domain name right there, you want to go ahead and click save. And once you click save, so it's telling me that blogs may not be hosted on naked domain names and subdomain. So let me just go ahead and do something like that. See how that works. Click on the save. All right, so it has actually accepted this. Okay, and it's telling me that it's all right. So what you want to do is that you need to add the www to whatever domain that you want to use on your Blogger platform. So what else is telling us that we need to enter the following CNAMEs, at the registrar's domain name management system. So what you want to do is you want to go to your domain name. So this website is hosted on is registered on Namecheap. So you go to Namecheap and you go to your manage domain name section where you can actually manage the domain name. So just before we proceed, if you click, if I visit this domain, if I visit that domain, let me see what's going to show me. Right, so it's telling me that the page cannot be reached. So what we want to do is that we want to go ahead and then customize the settings on our DNS for the website so that we can point it to Blogger such that when someone visits this URL, they can actually land on our website. And when we succeed in doing this, we would have succeeded in removing the .blogspot.com and using the custom domain name that we want to use for our website. So for this tutorial, I'm going to connect this to our Blogger website. So let me just proceed. So setting these things up can be different depending on the domain name registrar that you've chosen. So this is Namecheap. So if you're using GoDaddy or Cloudflare or any other registrar, it could be slightly different. But what you want to do, you want to go to DNS management or the advanced DNS management or whatever you can find, whatever option your registrar gives you to allow you to manage the domain name settings on your website. So these are the settings that we have, and we want to go ahead and change these settings and point this URL properly to our Blogger website. So I just want to delete all of this so that we can have a clean setup right here. So once I delete that, I can go back to my Blogger website and just see what Google is telling me to add to the DNS record. So this is what the first thing that you want is you want to use the gss.google.com right there. So I'll just copy that. I'll bring that to Namecheap, and then I'll add a new record. It should be a CNAME record, and this will be a www, and then this will be the target. I'll set it to 30 minutes, and then I will save changes. All right, take note, it will have to take 30 minutes before these changes will become active. active on your website. So the second thing that we want to do, we want to add another CNAME, and this, we copy the name. Please be careful, copy that properly. I'll go to Namecheap, I'll add a new record, another CNAME. This is the name. And then I'll go back to Blogger and then copy the target. This is the target. I'll copy that, go back to Namecheap, and then I'll paste it there at Namecheap. I'll also set this to 30 minutes, and then I'll save the changes. Now this is correctly done, and then in just a while you will have your website able to be redirected to in just a while you have your website linked to your custom domain. But you are not quite done here. There are records that you should add, such that if someone visits, whether they type in www or they do not type in, your website can still open. Where this is not being done, sometimes somebody types in your domain name without the www. Say somebody types in something like this, they won't be able to be redirected to the proper URL. They will land up in an error page. Sometimes they have to do this before your website opens, and sometimes they don't have to do that. So sometimes they have to include that, sometimes they have to remove that. So whichever is working for your website, you want to make sure that when people try to visit your website, they can be redirected to the default URL and not being sent to an error page. So in order to do that, you will add 4 records to your account. Excuse me. So 4 records to your account. What is the host? It should be at. All right. Use that there. And then the next thing you want to do, you want to use these IP addresses from Blogger on your website. So I'll add this. The only difference is that this should be a 34. I'll add this. This should be a 36. This should be a 38. So those are the 4 IP addresses that you want to add. And then let me just go ahead and confirm that 32, 34, 36, 38. The rest of the numbers are the same. Okay, let me just do something into DNS, and let me just see this website. Okay, I think this is not going to help me in any way. Let me just see what's going on right there. Okay, so it's telling me that this is connected actually at the time to gss.google.com. So this is what I just wanted to confirm before I continue. But sometimes it takes a while for the changes to propagate and go global. So you just have to wait a bit even after you are done saving changes at Namecheap. So I'll just go ahead and save that. I'll just save this. I'll just save this. I'll just save that. Excuse me, am I not supposed to save that? Okay, let me do this. Save all changes button. I'll just wait for the changes to save. Meanwhile, let me just check on my smartphone to see if this is done. All right, so those are set up properly and all the changes are quite correct. Okay, once this is done, there is just one last step that I need to do for these things to be connected properly. So I'll just go back to my Blogger website. Once I'm done making these changes, I want to click on save. All right, and then the settings have been updated. Please note that if these changes have not gone global, all right, if the changes have not gone global, this thing will not be saved on Blogger. So you don't have to beat yourself up. You just have to wait for everything to be properly connected in on between the servers for this thing to work out as it is working out for Blogger to actually accept the changes that you have made. So once I click on save there, I want to do this so because I want people to be redirected to the www version of my website. But if you do not want that, please go ahead and uncheck this. Now at the moment, HTTPS is not yet available because the SSL certificate, that I should call it that, is not yet available for the website because we just added a custom domain. So you just have to wait around, reload this page until this status changes to yes. Once it changes to yes, you can go ahead, toggle this to set up HTTPS, and you can also go ahead and toggle the second one to redirect all visits to your website to the version of the site that is protected by the SSL certificate. You really need this, otherwise your website will remain insecure, and whatever personal or information people, any kind of information people put on your website will be vulnerable to being stolen by hackers and other kind of attackers. So you don't want that. So you want to watch out for when the HTTPS will be available for your website, so you can go ahead and activate that. So we've saved changes right here. I just want to go ahead, reload this, see if the HTTPS version, the SSL certificate, is available. So it's not yet available, so you just have to wait around till it is available, and then you go ahead and activate this and activate that. So for now, I'll just go check out my website, see if it is now working. I think I should just use an incognito tab and just try something. I'll just try something on the incognito tab. So it's not yet online, it's not yet available. So what you want to do, you want to wait for like 30 minutes or maybe an hour or something. Sometimes it takes a day, but you know, that is just stretching it. All right, so in 30 minutes to 1 hour, your website should be up and running. All right, so that is how to connect to your Blogger website to a custom domain and actually make use of the custom domain. So instead of this, all right, we will be using this for our website, which is shorter and cleaner and looks more professional. So now this is the blogspot.com that we had. So if we go ahead and hit the enter key for that, it's going to redirect to the Blogger page, but the changes are not yet completely done online. So we have to wait. You're going to have to wait, say 30 minutes, 1 hour, and once it is done, you will have your website back. Okay, you have your website loading just fine. Please, if you have any difficulty, let me know. Drop a comment, send an email, whatever you want to do, but make sure you have waited for like 1 hour, for like an hour, or like 30 minutes to make sure that the changes are all done. Remember that at Namecheap we gave it 30 minutes time for everything to be set up properly. All right, that is that. and that is all about those are like, that is what you need to get started on Blogger to get your website up and running. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you learned something, please like click the like button to like this video, and also don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on other helpful content like this. For now, have a great time. Enjoy your website.